try not to cry. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 heartwarming moments on This Morning. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at all the moments sure to brighten your day on ITV's daytime giant. Number 10, Sheila Cronin. This Morning pulled off its own version of Make-A-Wish when Sheila and her family came to spend a day at the studio in London. Teenage Sheila has been suffering complications from a kidney transplant for a decade and was also diagnosed with lymphoma.
Sometimes I have days, where I kind of oh, I wish I could be like them, have a normal life and not to go to too much hospital, but,
She wrote into the show to say watching This Morning on Thursdays brightens up her life.
Watching This Morning helps me get through it and takes my mind off it.
So, of course, Holly stepped in to give Sheila a tour of the studio and the full This Morning experience. Holly even let Sheila raid her wardrobe and take home some clothes at the end of the day.
And no visit to This Morning is complete without a photo shoot.
Number 9, Michael Glaister. Another big fan of the show whose dreams came true was 10-year-old Michael Glaister. Michael has autism and up until the age of 8 was non-verbal. He says that watching This Morning gave him the confidence to speak.
I watched you on STV every weekdays at 10 o'clock.
Michael spends his days dreaming about hosting his own TV show and makes no secret of his desire to steal Phil's job as soon as he turns 18.
And so you do this yourself at home? Do your own show?
Yes, I did.
When he wrote into the show, he only wanted a This Morning branded mug. Holly and Phil give him their own mugs and a hamper. He gets an iPad and a basket full of additional merchandise, making his day.
Good luck with everything. It's so wonderful to meet you.
Okay.
Number 8, Britain's loneliest schoolboy. Aaron is the only primary school-aged kid on the entire island of Outskerries, a remote Scottish isle. While his older brothers attend a boarding school on the mainland, only coming home for the holidays, Aaron is left alone during his lessons.
So what's that like? do you get lonely?
Sometimes.
I bet you do.
When a man called Ross heard about this, he organised a campaign through Reddit to send Aaron Christmas cards and letters to make his life a little brighter for the holidays.
How many letters do you think you've had arrive on your front doorstep?
Well, we had at least 2,000 before we left.
But nobody banked on the sheer volume of cards Aaron would receive. Thousands upon thousands of kind messages posted from all over the world. He's certainly not the country's loneliest schoolboy anymore.
And then on Friday, we're going to send you Christmas shopping in Oxford Street, so you can get your prezzies all sorted for and the great thing is you haven't got many people to buy for.
Number 7, Free Wedding. In 2017, ITV staged a competition for one lucky couple to win a free wedding, completely paid for and organised by the show.
You are our selected couple.
You're our bride and groom.
Sonia and Paul were the winners and were granted a dream wedding. They'd known each other since they were 3 and had been together for 20 years. But due to Paul being diagnosed with MS, they were unable to plan their own celebration.
You may kiss the bride.
Just over a month later, Sonia and Paul made their vows in the Shard overlooking London. Accompanied by their friends, family and the presenters, the ceremony was beautiful and broadcast live on air, sure to bring a tear to the eye. Number 6, young carer Amy. There are estimated to be 700,000 young carers in the UK looking after dependent family members, many of them unsung heroes. This Morning decided to honour one in particular, 13-year-old Amy, who looks after her mother and 2 siblings, all of whom are disabled.
I've been dealing with this since I was
young, well, not really young, I was 8 kind of thing. So it's just part of my life, I'm just used to it.
The crew surprises her in the middle of the school day and give her a brand new iPad Pro to show how important her work is, encouraging her to take some time to look after herself every now and then.
Thank you, this is like far too much.
Not at all.
Amy can't believe it. She even thought she was getting into trouble, though Holly and Phil assure her she's deserving of everything and more.
This is unbelievable.
You deserve it all.
Number 5. Homeless man's life changed. Later one winter night, young couple Charlotte and Taylor were waiting for a train in the freezing cold. Joey, a homeless man they met at the station, offered to share his duvet while they waited.
Do you want to come over here and get under my duvet and borrow my coat because it's a long way and it's freezing tonight?
After experiencing the harsh conditions, they decided they couldn't leave him there to sleep on the streets. They invited him home with them. Eventually, he found a more permanent setup with some friends of theirs who had a spare room.
That they live on their own, so they had a spare room, and they offered it to him, and then it turned out that Brad could also get him a job as well. So.
These friends, Jenny and Brad, were also able to get Joey a job and turn his life around. It's an amazing story about how transformative one small act of kindness can be.
Good luck with the apprenticeship as well.
Well done,
Second chance at life.
That's one of my favourite stories in recent times.
Number 4. First dance. The first dance is one of the most important parts of any wedding ceremony, but the first dance of Jo and her husband Martin was one of the most special. By hand, Martin made a harness so that Jo's son, Alex, could dance with them.
So what gave you the idea? Because you created, yourself, this harness.
Yeah.
So
Alex has cerebral palsy and is completely unable to support his own weight, so this was an amazing way for him to join them.
She'd get a bit fed up with me taking late nights and staying up all the time, and I was actually upstairs learning to sew.
A wedding goer filmed the dance and put it online with the couple's blessing. When the clip went viral, the family joined Ruth and Eamon on the sofa to talk about their wedding and Alex's condition.
It was very much like nobody else was in the room. It was just incredible.
Number 3, Gemma and Dusty. Like too many people, Gemma tragically found herself in an abusive relationship, but was unable to escape to a woman's refuge because they wouldn't take her and her beloved dog Dusty.
I'd cry from morning till night. He was all I had.
In order to get help, Gemma temporarily gave up Dusty, who protected her from violence more than once, and he was temporarily taken on by Frank. Frank says he started fostering dogs after the loss of his wife, and provided Gemma with regular updates and pictures.
And this is Frank sending you these updates of where he'd been. There he is at the pub having a lovely time.
When Gemma came on the show to tell her story, she was joined by Dusty and finally got to thank Frank for everything he did.
I love you to pieces, and I'm so grateful because out of everything that I was left with, which was very little, I managed to keep the family.
Number 2, Sophia Marshall. When Sophia was born, she suffered myriad health problems, including major heart issues that led her having open heart surgery when she was just 5 days old.
So she didn't think she'd be able to survive the ventilator, or if she did, she'd have no quality of life whatsoever.
She was so ill, doctors told her parents that she would never walk, going as far as to suggest that they should amputate her legs due to a spinal condition. Now 4, Sophia has beaten the odds by not only surviving those traumatic early months in hospital, but learning to walk all on her own.
Here she comes, looking beautiful.
Hiya.
Welcome.
You look gorgeous.
Will you come and sit on our sofa?
She walks all the way across the studio to join her parents on the sofa, and Holly and Phil give her a magic set.
It's a proper magic set.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you can practice, and next time we see you, you'll have to do us a little show.
Oh, thank you so much. Mickey the Magician.
Number 1, Phillip Comes Out. In February of 2020, Phillip Schofield made an announcement on social media that led to him being interviewed by Holly.
This is a big day, and I know that it's something that you've been living with, as you said there, in a conflict for a really, really long time.
She reads out the statement and reveals that Phil has been coming to terms with his identity as a gay man. and he explains that the weight gets lighter with every new person he tells.
Every person I tell, it gets a little lighter and a little lighter.
He has the full support of his wife Steph, with whom he has 2 adult daughters, not to mention countless friends and co-workers. It's inspirational to see such a prominent figure talking openly about something so personal, showing audiences that it's never too late to start living your truth.
And I'll be by your side forever.
Thank you, my darling, so much.
Ever and ever. And we need you as well. We need you. We're all part of this family. Our family are here.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.